morning and welcome to this edition of News Leader on 6. Today is Tuesday, August the 10th, 2021. I'm Jim Fuller. In tonight's news, we finish up the retirement ceremony of Fire Chief Richard Chastain. Coffee County Budget and Finance Committee passes a ticket tax for Bonnaroo, and the TWRA is cracking down on impaired voters. We'll have these stories and more on tonight's News Leader on 6.
I am tremendously blessed to be living at Parkview and very happy to be part of a loving and caring community.
Best thing you can say is this really a great place to live? That's all there is to it, no doubt about that.
It's your home. You just do what you would if you were at your private home. You know, we love it. It's great.
It's just like having a whole neighborhood around you, and it's fun.
It's just a great place to live.
Your voice matters. Think Tullahoma 2040 is the Board of Mayor and Aldermen and the Planning Commission's 20-year growth plan. Public input is critical to the success of this comprehensive plan. Please complete the community survey at tullahomatn.gov, and you can make an impact on the future of Tullahoma by sharing your ideas. We are also inviting you to a series of public meetings starting August 23rd and running through August 26th. Go to tullahomatn.gov for the full schedule and details. Again, you can get the full details and schedules at tullahomatn.gov.
I can think of this wonderful little woman that I had. She said, I can't talk. There's nothing there. And she said, I want my voice back. After the first session, she was loud. I'll never forget this. She said, there's a voice in me still. Whether it's Parkinson's or a stroke or whatever, they are not at the bottom, but they can always get better.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
I was skeptical about getting the COVID-19 vaccine. There are a lot of opinions being shared. But I had the chance to talk with my doctor about my concerns. He told me the vaccines are backed by decades of research, and that the vaccines are proven safe and effective. Now I'm protected and ready to put this pandemic behind us. Join the millions of Tennesseans who have decided to give COVID-19 vaccines a shot. Visit covid19.tn.gov to find an appointment today.
Welcome back. At the recent meeting of the Coffee County Budget and Finance Committee, county officials passed a resolution that would implement a tax on the sale of entertainment tickets. Committee members looked over and discussed the resolution that would impose a tax on the sale, resale, or issuance of entertainment admission tickets, tokens, or bracelets. According to Commissioner Bobby Bryan, the resolution presented mirrors the ticket tax ordinance the Manchester City Board of Mayor and Aldermen passed in May, which will implement a tax on the sale or issuance of tickets to some entertainment events over 350 persons. He added the difference between the two is for the resolution, the county tax for an entertainment event that exceeds 499 persons will be $5, while Manchester City ordinance said their tax will be $4. The resolution has provisions that exempts events by schools, nonprofit organizations, and events that are more local and historical in nature. When Commissioner Lynn Seaborn asked what would become of the funds collected, Commissioner Joey Hobbs said it will be used to make up for the difference for things the county doesn't get funded for anymore, like extra jail space and overtime. Seaborn asked Coffee County Sheriff Chad Parton if Bonnaroo officials will be contracting with the department this year, and Parton said when they were discussing numbers, he learned that the Tennessee Highway Patrol was asking for $100,000 to $150,000 for overtime for working the event. He said the department has an obligation to work traffic in the area to keep citizens safe and keep traffic flowing, but Bonnaroo officials can no longer request and reimburse their services and contract with someone else like what they do with internal security, water, and sanitary. Parton said, quote, "Nothing says the Sheriff's Department, ambulance, or fire service has to be out there. We've been lucky for 8 to 10 years on getting them to reimburse us on this, as it never cost us a dime in our department. In the future, they could make up that difference if Live Nation said, nope, that's only all as we were not requesting anything," end quote. Bryan added that depending on how the lawsuit filed against Manchester City over the tax revenue goes, the county could lose approximately $1 million in sales tax revenue, and the tax loss will be a significant impact to the county. After discussion, the motion passed unanimously and will go forward to the county commission. We'll be right back in a moment after these messages.
My husband was diagnosed with a spinal infection. He lost his ability to swallow and the movement of his legs.
I couldn't turn over in bed, I couldn't walk, I couldn't eat.
They were just wonderful in the treatment and care they gave my husband.
I regained my mobility where I was able to go home.
It is miraculous.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
What does caring look like? This is what caring looks like.
This is setting an example for others.
This is rising to the challenge.
This is doing what works.
This is doing my part.
This is doing your part.
Each of us individually.
Acting as one. Keeping your distance, no matter how awkward it may seem.
This is wearing a mask.
Over your nose and mouth, like we are.
Keeping our distance.
Each wearing masks.
Not under your chin.
Not above your head.
Not in your hand, but over your nose and mouth.
This is listening to the expert. If you'll just
wear one of these.
Caring makes community.
And this is what caring looks like.
Until COVID-19 is no longer a threat.
Until COVID-19 is no longer a threat.
Until COVID-19 is no longer a threat.
The individuals with dementia, those with Parkinson's, those that have maybe mobility issues, need caregivers. Well, those caregivers are 24 hours a day at home, and they never get a rest. And if they have to go to work, they're kind of out of luck. So that's why Trinity came into existence 25 years ago, to allow the caregivers to have a safe center where they could put their loved ones, know they would be well cared for, stimulated, fed good nutritious meals, have activities to their level, and then the caregiver can stop by and pick them up and go on home and have some continuity into their life.
Welcome back. The Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency has been cracking down on impaired boating throughout the state and has prepared this video to encourage boaters to always make sure they have a designated driver when on Tennessee waterways.
Tennessee has a vast array of lakes, rivers, and waterways. It's a great place to bring your family.
And Tennessee lakes and rivers have some of the best fishing of any state around.
Tennessee waters are a great place to launch your boat and enjoy time with friends.
But Tennessee waters are not a place to have an impaired boat operator.
Each year, wildlife officers find that nearly 30% of all boating-related fatalities have alcohol and/or drugs as a contributing factor. An impaired operator will have reduced coordination, lower inhibitions, and reduced reaction time.
Operating a vessel under the influence of alcohol or drugs is a preventable crime.
If you are suspected of impaired operation of a boat, you will be arrested and taken to jail.
Impaired boat operation is impaired driving.
Designate a sober operator or leave the alcohol and drugs at home. Do your part to keep Tennessee boating safe. This is a safety message from your Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency.
In our last installment of the retirement of Tullahoma Fire Chief Richard Chastain, we hear from the man himself.
I was afraid he was going to open up the mic and just volunteer anybody that wanted to come up here and say something, so we're going to wrap this up real quick. I want to thank everybody for being here. It's amazing the amount of people that have come through here that I've got to see and hug and shake their hand. Chief Baldwin back there, you came in late, brother. Appreciate you being here, Jim. There's just so many people to recognize and thank. Trust me, I had tons of help. As y'all know, I had to have a lot of help to be able to have this type of career. And it's certainly been a team. And we've all worked together. I've called each of you, Chief Cobb, Steve Cross. How many times have I called you and said, hey, what am I going to do about this? and as well as Nita with the state EMS, my old partner from EMS. I've pulled on so many people to make the decisions I've made, and actually some of them made me look pretty smart, evidently. So I did the right thing by making some calls. Shane Petty, my good buddy with the state park, the chief, so much appreciate your venting, that I can vent to you and you vent to me on the front of your houseboat. Many nights of that meant the world to me. And then all the finance, HR, city hall people, public works, EMS, EMA, all my friends, my new family, the Dyers that are here with us, and my daughter-in-law to be. It's amazing. I'm so proud of Jackson. This is all these words that have been spoken while I've been sitting over here listening. I keep turning around wondering who they're talking about, because it's still not about me. It's about these firefighters. It's about what they have to do, what they might have to do in a matter of minutes, what a lot of you might have to do in a matter of minutes. We see way too much that embeds in the back of our mind, and we carry it with us. I know we have, the fire department, the police department, and EMS, we kind of signed up for that. We kind of know on the front end. If you don't know, you find out real quick. And if you're here for the so-called money, or you're here for the time off or whatever, you won't last. Because there is so much going on, there is so much that you take with you. You see it, you apply it, you think about your family at home, you think about your child, and it weighs on you. But like the line guys, Dave Johnson, Alan, y'all have always been out there with us, seeing the same things. And some of those people don't get the recognition that they deserve, but they're right there with us, and I recognize it, and I appreciate it. And we tried to share everything that we go through with them, the support, and so it's tough. And I know all of y'all took out time from your day to be here to see this. So Kenny, I appreciate everything you've done. You've been a great person to step in and help me when I lost Phil and Tim and Richard Steiner. We brought Nick Kimbrough up as a fire marshal. And I hope that the citizens haven't really realized that there's been a change, because that's what I should have done. I should have prepared everybody so that this department can just keep on going, keep on trucking. And I'm sure that when I leave, they might miss hearing me on the radio or seeing me somewhere, but the department will still function effectively, and honestly probably get better once that old guy get out of the way. They're getting some new technology, and I'm so glad I'm not going to have to learn how to work it. But I will be expecting big things. And I'll tell you how we've done all this. Pam, would you come up with me, please?
We'll be right back with more news after this.
It is wonderful living here. I don't have responsibilities of a house. I don't have all the work that goes with the house, and you can just relax here and be happy.
There's no set thing that you have to do. However, the offerings that they give you, it's wonderful.
I think the biggest thing about Parkview that is most significant to me is that we are family.
The Bookshelf in Tullahoma is the fundraising arm of the Coffee County Literacy Council. Since 1988, the Literacy Council's goal and purpose has been to support and promote adult basic education in Coffee County. We enable individuals to complete their high school equivalency exam, which helps them get better jobs or continue into higher education. The Bookshelf at 114 Southwest Atlantic Street in Tullahoma is where we sell used books which are donated to us by the community. Come see us, bring your books to donate, and join us as you find every genre of books that you can imagine.
We teach Parkinson's patients how to move big and not let the Parkinson's slow them down. I've had patients I've treated in-house that could not even stand up, could not roll over in the bed, left the facility walking with a walker, have come back to us in outpatient and continued their big program, and are now completely handling life. The success of the program is just phenomenal.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Hello, I'm Ray Norris, Mayor of Tullahoma. I want to thank the citizens of Tullahoma who've been following the CDC guidelines for helping prevent the spread of COVID-19. You've been wearing your mask, you've been getting your vaccinations, and I'll tell you, it's working. Today, our positivity rate is less than 5%. That's the lowest it's been since the earliest days of our pandemic. So, now I want to urge each of you to continue to follow these guidelines, and together, let's get this pandemic behind us and get our country back to the old normal where we need to be. Thank you.
Welcome back. We'll now hear the conclusion of Richard Chastain's address to the crowd at his retirement.
Pretty much any good man has got a woman behind him, pushing him and taking care of him and praying for him. And that's where I get all my strength, is from her and Jesus Christ. And she came to me 31 years ago, delivered by God. And everything since then has been focused around God. And the first lesson she taught me was a tough lesson, but she taught me to start tithing. And that's not easy. It's not my money. And she told me right quick, if we don't tithe, it can all be gone in a moment's notice, because it's God's money. And so we are religious tithers, and we encouraged our son. He's been in church with us ever since before he was born. And we pray a lot. We pray for all of you. We pray for this city. My mother-in-law is praying every morning before daylight. And when we hear something that's going on, your name, your family, your child gets added to the list, and she prays. And she'll ask every once in a while, what's going on with so-and-so's child, or is so-and-so out of the hospital yet? And that's what gets me through it. That's what's got me this far. And I never forget that. I always remember who's in charge. And all this stuff that's going on, and all this social media and press and struggles, God's got a plan. And I'm just here to serve, and I feel like God is leading me somewhere else. I don't really know where. Everybody asks me what I'm going to do. Am I going to put in for this job? Or am I going to do this or that? I don't know. God will let me know. There'll be something come up, and I'll say, oh, that's where I'm supposed to go. It's amazing how when you ride around and you have that kind of attitude, how things will happen, and you'll see stuff, and you'll be able to fix stuff, and you'll be able to let somebody know. And it's just amazing. And everything that happens, I'll go home and tell Pam, and she'll say, God put you there. God sent you there. God sent that to you. You got to deal with it. You can't just look the other way. So that's what I've tried to do, and she supported me through everything. And sometimes she did support me, and I rethought it and said, okay, maybe I need to do something else. So I want to present her with a challenge coin. The last one I'm going to give to anybody, challenge coin number 100. Thank you for Melissa for keeping me in line. She has done a great job throughout her 5 years. The Tullahoma Fire Department is proud to present this challenge coin to Pam Chastain for the love and support given to our department and firefighters. She has stood by Chief Chastain's side his entire career, knowing each day spent on duty is a sacrifice. May you carry this coin with pride as a symbol of our gratitude. And this is given to my wife, and I actually got to sign it. I guess that's the last one I get to sign, but that's actually the most important one. And once again, thank everyone for being here. What a day, what a testimony. I mean, I just appreciate everything everybody said, and I hope y'all don't take it back when I walk out. But I've tried. I feel like I've tried to put 100% in it, and I know these firefighters and people. It's been great. It's been great. I don't regret a single one that I've hired. We hire them not because they're maybe got a bunch of degrees or who their last name is, but we hire them for their heart, and everything else will work out. If they love the service and they love each other, it'll all work out. So y'all just keep paying attention to the little things, and the big things will take care of themselves.
We'll be right back with more news after these messages.
Suicide prevention starts with everyday heroes like you. Join us on September 18th at Manchester Rotary Park at 9 a.m. as we walk to fight suicide and raise awareness about mental health. Be a part of the movement turning hope into action and create a culture that's smart about mental health. Funds raised at the walk will benefit the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Sign up at afsp.org/coffeecounty.
It's not invoice. It's not MSRP. It's not Christmas Day, although it may feel like it. It's the lowest prices in Middle Tennessee, period. Get to Stan McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram or Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac before these prices are gone forever.
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
To be honest, I was skeptical about getting the COVID-19 vaccine.
I checked what the CDC says and spoke with my doctor about the potential side effects. It definitely made me much less anxious. She told me if I have some arm pain or feel tired, that's completely normal as my body builds a defense to the virus.
I was willing to take the vaccine to protect me, my family, and my friends.
Join the millions of Tennesseans who have decided to give COVID-19 vaccines a shot. Visit covid19.tn.gov to find an appointment today.
I had a knee replacement, so they've got me in life care, which I'm very, very thankful for. I couldn't garden, I couldn't do my flower beds, I can't chase my little dogs. I have been in several therapy sessions for knees and back, and that's the best therapist I believe I've ever been to. It's tremendous because I'm able to walk again, but if it wasn't for the care, I wouldn't be where I am.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Welcome back. After Richard's address to the crowd, he made one last radio call.
One final sign off. When this is over, it's over. So if we get back to work, don't be late. I want to recognize my brother, been by my side, supporting me. Thank you. Coffee County. Coffee County, 700. Going to be 10 the last time. Thank you for your service.
Copy that, 700. Living along the factor, pause long hours, holidays, and weekends to ensure your responders and community are kept safe is a truly rare treasure that comes along once in a great while. One pause, we want to say thank you to your friends and family who stood by and supported for 33 years of dedication to keeping this community safe. True heroes are at work. It has been both a privilege and honor to work with you. We wish you the best in everything as you start this new chapter of your life. Coffee County Clear 2013-2013.
And don't forget to tune into this week's Living Show tonight at 6:30 p.m., Thursday morning at 9 a.m., and Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evenings at 6:30 p.m. This week's guests include Alderman Rupa Blackwell, who is spearheading a walk to help with suicide prevention awareness. Musician Jerry Fox will come by to play for us, and the Tullahoma Chamber has a birthday coming up that we'll learn about today. All that and more on this week's Living. We'll be right back in just a moment with your weather forecast.
The food at Parkview, well, I haven't had a bad meal there yet.
The food at Parkview is absolutely scrumptious. I mean, it is really good. It's just like home cooking.
And then there are the cookies.
Oh my, they bake cookies every day and they are super.
The food is truly incredible, and it's like being on a cruise ship.
We're losing it, Doctor.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation. It's gonna be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tullahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor too when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tullahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
He's a little bit of you, he's a little bit of me. The trash along the roadside of Tennessee. He's the garbage that we find. He's the dream we left behind. Lord, there ain't no lower class than Tennessee trash. A throwaway bottle or pop top can may not seem much to a traveling man, but a little bit of litter goes a long, long way. And I grow and get bigger every day. Tennessee trash messing up the highways. Tennessee trash junking up the byways. Lord, there ain't no lower class than Tennessee trash. Lord, there ain't no lower class than Tennessee trash.
We have met the enemy, and he is us.
We tend to lose our motivation when we have something that's chronic, but you've got to do what you can early on as you can. After I'd exercise like that, I would have a lot of energy to do housework or whatever I needed. Well, I would recommend it highly to anyone at any degree of Parkinson.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this day. Our record high on this day was in 1931 at 99 degrees. The record low was in 1920 at 53 degrees. Average high on this day is 88 and the average low is 68. Partly cloudy weather in the forecast for tonight with a low of 72. 40% chance of storms in the forecast for Wednesday with a high of 91 and a low of 71. And sunny weather moves into the forecast for Thursday with a high of 92 and a low of 71. And that's our News Leader report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6, 8, and 10 for News Leader on 6. You have a good evening.